טוב. חג שמח. מזל טוב. I was thinking what I was going to say today when I was speaking to the rabbi yesterday on such an accomplishment as we were coming into Hanukkah. What was going on in our minds and how it all came about in less than a few hours, how we reached the goal. It's something, I don't think anything short of a miracle. It's really a nes Kislev. And it led me to a certain mahalach that I think I wanted to bring out. So there's a Gemara, Masechet Berachot, Daf Chaf Amud Aleph, and it goes as follows. It says, Amar le Rav Papa la Abaye, Ma shna rishonim da'atresh lehu nisa, u'ma shna anan delo metresh la nisa. Here's a question. He goes, you know, the Chachamim of before, they, for some reason, you see nisim all the time. But for us, there's no nisim, there's no miracles. Why were they so good to have miracles by them all the time, and we're not? So they want to know, is it because, when you say it outside, is it because there were miracles? I mean, is it because of their Torah learning? That can't be, because by their time, they only learned one of the Shishes, they only learned damages. They wanted to know how to do business, how to earn money. Rabbi Yehuda's mahalach was that if a person is going to go to business, and if a person is going to conduct himself correctly, they have to know how to do it. So they learned Ezekiel. For us, they learned the whole Shishes Mishnah. They learned Masechet Uksi in 13 different mahalachs. Brought down the Rashi, and Tosfot even brings down that there are 13 different yeshivot just to learn that Masechet. So the question is, how come they had nisim, and the generation of Rav Papa and Abaye didn't have any nisim? So they brought down, it must be Mesirut Nefesh. It must be that the generation before had some sort of Mesirut Nefesh that their generation didn't have. And it brings down a story, it seems like it comes out of nowhere. It says, Ki had Rav Ada Barahava, Hazyal Ahi Kuti. He was walking in the shuk and he saw a Kuti woman. Right? And the Hud Lebisha Karvalata, she was wearing a type of beged, right? And this beged, what it says bring down in Rashi, that is red. Like the crown of the chicken is red, it's like a red crown. It was red. Again, let's get it straight. It was not in any way, not sanua in the fact that it was shore or anything like that. It was just the color red. And that color red was not proper for Yehudit woman to wear in the shoe that they brought down. So what did he do? It says he came down, Savar the Bat Israel. He thought it was a Bat Israel. What happened? It says, Kam Kar'amine. He ripped it off. He ripped it off. He says, then he saw, it's a no Bat Israel. It's a Kuti woman. She wasn't Bat Israel. So what happened? He asked her, how much was it? He wants to know how much it is because he has to pay for the dress he just ripped off. He just ripped it, right? It's worth money. So he asks her, he sees that it's worth 400 zuz, right? So now he's out 400 zuz. Came to the shul, it's a regular day. He sees a woman, she's dressed in an improper colored dress, rips it off. Now he's out 400 zuz. What does he ask her? Amale Mashmat, what's your name? Amale Matun. Her name was Matun. Amale Matun. The Gemara says, Arba Me'a Zuzi Shavia. Matun is, Rashi brings on Lashat Aramit, Matun in Aramit is 200. Matun is worth 400. Now, the question comes as follows. What does Matun mean? What is he saying, Matun? And number two, how is this shayach to Mesirut Nefesh? And number three, what does that have to do with us? Okay? So to answer the first question, when Rav Ada, when he went to the shuk, he saw something that was not proper in his eyes. If he would have thought about it, if he would have looked further, maybe he wouldn't have been out that 400 zuz, right? But what did he do? It's the zealousness. He didn't think. When it comes to L'Shem Shamayim, when it comes to being Mekadesh, it's Hashem, He right away he went and he just did what he thought was right. Oh, maybe something happened afterwards that maybe wasn't right at the moment. Maybe he should have done something better. It doesn't matter. And that's Rav Papa and Abaye when they're sitting down discussing why is it that they had miracles happen to them and Rav Papa and Abaye's generation didn't have it? It's because of the Mesirut Nefesh. And that's exactly what I wanted to bring over here. Yesterday, at 12 o'clock, I was on the phone with the rabbi, and I said, Rabbi, the rabbi is telling me, we got to finish, we got to have the Nez before Hanukkah come. We need $1 million before Hanukkah. I said, Rabbi, there's no way $70,000 is coming in 2 hours when everybody's at work. It's impossible. It's just not happening. He goes, Avi, I'm telling you, don't worry. When it comes to Devaru Haniyut, when you were doing something L'Shem Shamayim, you want to be Mekadesh Hashem. It's going to happen. So I said, okay, fine. I get off the phone, 5,200, 3,600, 10,000, out of nowhere, 1,000, 500. I don't know, I feel like the edge is coming in me. It's 1:30, you know. I'm getting very excited. I said, Rabbi, I don't know, we're at 9:54. Let me put it in the chat. I said, at 9:54, it's already maybe 1:30, 1:45. Again, the rabbi makes it go. The rabbi's like, I was like, I got something, you might go big right now. I said, okay, fine, let's go further, let's go harder. Somehow, I don't know what happened. I'm sitting with my wife in the car, we go from 960 to 985 in like 10 minutes. I don't know, I was telling the rabbi, and this is like all cash donations is coming in, and one guy 3,600. I call up another guy, me and Isaac are sitting down Sunday over here with all the boys. It's hard to get even $18 out of a guy. We're calling 100 people, can't even get $18. Somehow I call a guy, he goes, okay, yalla, give me 3,600. I call another guy, he gives me 500. I'm thinking to myself, my emotions are riding up and down. I'm flying all over the place. How in the world did I just convince one guy to give $5,000? Another guy gives another 3,600. Another guy takes a table. Another guy takes a chair. All of a sudden, it's 3 o'clock. We're at 985-ish. The rabbi tells me, I'm telling you, you're going to see the million's going to come out of nowhere in 2 seconds. So somehow, another couple of guys, you see a $5,200 here, $3,600, it's all in 10 minutes. And it seems like it's pennies, you know? This is $5,000, this is $3,000. Where is this money coming from? I have absolutely no idea. This is mamash nisim v'neflaot. I never saw something like this. And somehow, a guy calls me up, and me and the rabbi argue. The rabbi's like, no, I'm going to get the guy for the million. I want to break the million. Some guy calls me from the tzibur, boom, $10,000 right on the hand. I told the rabbi, I said, listen, Rabbi, somebody took it. That's it. It's over. We won. Baruch Hashem, we got it. And after that moment, I felt like everything was quiet for like a second. And I thought to myself, before we started the campaign, I was thinking, you know, we really do want to build a building, and sometimes people do things and the machshava is maybe they have a personal machshava that it's better for them, it's better for their family, but the machshava of our tzibur and of the board and everybody wants to do it, it's really the Shem Shamayim. It's Torah, it's tefillot, it's all the semachot that we want to have in the kahal. We really, the machshava of everybody here going into it is it's not for me, it's for the tzibur. It's be mizaket harabim. Chacham Ovadia Yosef brings down. If a person is mizaket harabim for one person, it's like it's the world. It's the world just for one person. We thought to ourselves, how can we make it an easier place to come in? How do we make it that the temperature is always right? How do we make it that we have a beautiful building, beautiful floors? How do we make it that the food's always on par? How do we make it that the Torah's always learning? How do we make it easier for people to just come into the building and be a part of the kahal and get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And that was the whole intention of why we did this campaign. I don't mean to go on a long rant, but yesterday it all was full circle. That the day before we started the campaign, I was talking to the rabbi and he tells me, I'm telling you, you don't understand when it comes to Devaru Haniyut, the things that is HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in charge of it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to raise that amount of money in that amount of time. It makes 0 sense. We don't have a 500-600 people here yet that could do such a thing. For us to get to that number, it doesn't make sense. He told me, you're gonna see when it comes to things that are not in your control, you leave it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's the main focus of everything that I think we were trying to accomplish here. And Baruch Hashem, and Chayil Chayim, that we should only grow and get stronger in Haniyut and build the Makom Shel Torah that this place deserves, that the community deserves, and that we should all be able to rejoice here. Only in Torah, Mitzvot, Ma'asim Tovim, Tefillot, and one last thing that the Meronat HaMaor brings down that I think ties this whole, makes it a full circle. It's one-liner. It's a one-liner and it hits home quick. It says, a person that's involved in the building of a Bet Knesset, what is he zocher? That he built a Bet Knesset. He put a brick. He put a table. He put a chair. He built the foundation. It says, Va'aboneh Bet HaKnesset L'Shem Shamayim יזכה לראות בבניין ירושלים. בעזרת השם.